Now that the Switch is finally getting put to rest with the release of the Nintendo Switch 2, I just want to say that it's been a fantastic era. I was in middle school when the Switch first came out, and now I am graduated from high school. I know, I'm not in college, but Nintendo's been good to us in the Switch era. I think this has been one of Nintendo's best eras. It outsold the Wii actually a few years ago. But throughout the Switch's lifespan, we got like a ton of great games like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Super Mario Odyssey, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Mario Kart 8, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. Those are all amazing games that came out for the Switch. And I just think the Switch era was a fantastic one. I have sunk like hundreds of hours on my Nintendo Switch over the years. Over the past 8 years. In just 2 years, the Switch will be 10 years old. And man, time flies. I feel like Nintendo was really nice to us this generation, but the Wii generation may have been better because on the Switch, we only got Super Mario Odyssey. That's pretty much it for the 3D Mario. But on the Wii, we got two whole 3D Marios. We got Super Mario Galaxy 1 and Super Mario Galaxy 2. I'm not saying that the Switch is better than the Wii, but I'm just saying that the Switch is on the level of the Wii. And with the sales numbers, it's already above the Wii. Other than like my PC, I feel like the Switch is my most played console ever. I have fully grown up since the Switch era started. I just hope that as good as the Nintendo Switch era is, that Nintendo does even better for the Nintendo Switch 2. Because the Switch, like every console ever, is not perfect. I hope during the Switch 2 era, Nintendo moves on and finally stops milking the Mario Sports series. Because every single entry of the Mario Sports series on the Switch has been very underwhelming, but had great gameplay. Like, they drip feed the content over like a course of, I don't know, a year, where they add characters, stages, and game modes. The thing is, the Mario Sports games did not release with that content, when it should have been there in the first place. I hope that when the Switch 2 comes out, we get a Mario Sports game, preferably Mario Tennis, that actually has a full roster at launch. It has all the game modes that you could possibly need, and all the stages too. Also, let's not forget that the Switch era got on to a sort of rough start. Like, when the Switch first came out, it barely had any games. It had Zelda and it had Mario Kart. That was basically it. It took until the release of Super Mario Odyssey, which was later that year, the same year that the Switch launched, but at the very end of the year, that's when they launched Mario Odyssey, and that's when I felt fully satisfied with the console, you know? I remember when I first got my Switch, I only played Mario Kart 8 for months because that's the only game I had. I eventually did get Breath of the Wild and enjoyed that, but that was pretty much all there was on the Switch 1 when it first dropped. And if Nintendo is asking for a price upwards of $400 for the Nintendo Switch 2, I want to be fully satisfied with the console at launch. We already know we're getting Mario Kart, but I really hope there's more. Another thing I hope for is better online services for the Nintendo Switch 2. Because the Nintendo Switch, when it first launched Nintendo Switch Online, like, I don't know, 6-7 years ago, it was not perfect at all. Firstly, you have to play, only way you can play retro games is through their subscription service of the Nintendo Switch Online membership. And also, the internet access you're paying for in games literally is not worth it at all. Because, like, Nintendo's servers are still somewhat dog shit. And since I'm in Canada, I feel like if I ever play with, like, Americans or anything like that, I need to have my Switch plugged into Ethernet. If not, the game is going to be unbearable. Like, sure, the online works, but without an Ethernet cable, it's absolute dog shit. It's a bad experience for me, at least. I don't know, I haven't seen anyone else discuss this, But Ethernet really does help me in my situation. And I'm pretty sure the Switch 2 is going to have Ethernet, so thank God. But I feel like the Switch Wi-Fi card is not powerful enough. So if Nintendo's going to continue to charge us for online, they better upgrade their servers and improve the Wi-Fi card so I could actually play with Americans without an Ethernet cable. But whatever, I'm gonna use an Ethernet cable anyways. So I don't think the Switch 2 servers will be that bad, in my opinion. As long as I have an Ethernet cable, I feel like it will be good. It will be good, you know? With all the bad stuff out of the way, I feel like the Nintendo Switch era has been one of Nintendo's best. And I've been a Nintendo fan since, like, 16 years ago, you know? Like, I was 4 years old when I first played a Mario game. This is just basically a list of things that I hope Nintendo could do better, because the Switch era was a fantastic one, but it was not perfect. So if Nintendo follows like what I said, like my criticisms of the Switch 1, then I feel like the Switch 2 could be the best console ever created. That's it for the video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed, and I hope you guys have a big Soprano day.